Hello YouTube, my name is Maureen and welcome to Rain Reads. It has been quite a while since I've uploaded anything. Um, the holidays did get the best of me. I was very busy. I hope everyone had a great Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Um, I did participate a little bit in the Christmas Booktubeathon or the Holiday Booktubeathon. I was very busy that weekend. I was with my boyfriend's family, going back and forth between the city and where I live, and it was just a mess. But I did manage to finish one book that I was aching to finish, and I do want to do a review on that. And that is Dearie, The Remarkable Life of Julia Child by Bob Spitz. Um, obviously I was, well, not obviously, because you guys don't know me. I am very intrigued by Julia Child after watching Julie and Julia about 40 million times. I have not read that book, but I just, everything about Julia Child just intrigues me to death. So I did want to read this book. This goes all the way back from her childhood, talks about her parents. Believe it or not, she grew up in California. Um, and talks about her life and the time she spent working for the government as a civilian. Talks about how she met wonderful Paul and how Paul's just fucking fantastic. Talks about her, it talks about a little bit about what they go through in Julia and Julia, about how she starts writing Mastering the Art of French Cooking with Simca and Louisette. Clearly, like, she and I could be pals at this point. But I love Julia Child. If you are a big fan of Julia Child, I would recommend this. You learn the craziest things. There's a really funny story about a croquette, I believe, or a croque monsieur that she's a pretty saucy lady, so I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but there's a very hilarious mispronunciation of croque monsieur. You should understand where I'm going with that, I hope. But Bob Spitz really kills it in this book. Um, you know, I think a lot of people knew only what was kind of seen in the movie Julie and Julia and what they grew up with watching her on PBS, like I did. Um, but I really learned a lot reading this book. I found out she was a contemporary of James Beard, which is James Beard. If you watch Top Chef, they talk about James Beard a lot. And because of this book, I'm now really into fucking recipes and cooking. It's like overtaking my life. You can maybe expect me to do some recipe reviews with the newest cookbook I got. I don't know. We'll see. It could be a thing. But yeah, this book definitely it's got a lot of information in it, but it's just so easy to read. It's you start from the very beginning of her life, all the way to from when she's in school, when she goes to France, traveling all around the world with Paul, when she's writing her cookbook, when she's writing volume 2 of Mastering the Art of French Cooking, and it even goes into her television show on PBS. It's just it's so in depth, but it's very in depth, but it's in depth though. But at the same time, it's so simple to read, and um, you truly learn that Julia Child was like a remarkable human being, and she never let anything get in her way. And if everyone could live their life like that, I think the world would be a better place. Uh, so who would I recommend this book to? Anyone who loves cooking, Julia Child, or biographies, which for me is all three. This is a little dense of a book. There's a lot of notes in here. Without counting the notes, this book clocks in and the sources, 529 pages. So it's pretty decent, I would say. But it didn't take me long to read it all. I was glad I finished this before the holidays. I managed to do this one in the booktubeathon, so that was fun. or at least finish it up. So yeah, that was fun. Um, Besides that, I really don't have much to say about Dearie except for it is great, and I can't wait to read some more Julia Child stuff. So, YouTube, until we meet again, and bon appetit!